afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. Welcome back, college basketball. The Ohio State men's basketball team gets their season started tonight hosting the Jaguars of IU Indy. Tip-off from the Shot is at 6:30, and coverage begins here on the Fan at 5:30. Over on the gridiron, a game time was announced for the top-ranked Ohio State football team. November 15th matchup with UCLA is now slated for a primetime 7:30 kickoff in the Shoe. The Buckeyes will visit Purdue this Saturday. Week 9 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. Kickoff is at 8:15, and Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has announced he's passing play calling duties over to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees ahead of Sunday's matchup with the New York Jets. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose a loan amount from $1,000 to $5,000. BMIFCU.org/holiday loan. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The following is intended for immature audiences only. There's no such thing as a radio rating system. But if there were, this show would be rated O as in... Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Get out your name.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the Crazy Soundboard.
Hola.
I'm Dennis Farina.
So much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Walk.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Happy Monday. Welcome in. Hello, good, clean boy.
Oh, hello, man. Today is a little ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Little college basketball today?
It started.
I understand.
It's
because
underway,
we're
baby.
getting kicked off the air at 5:30 today.
For IU Indy.
We got a little bit of a condensed show today, so 5:30, we're out today. But don't worry. We'll cram in all the inappropriateness that we normally give you in a full 3-hour show.
Yeah, that means we'll move our friend Jayson Stark up to 5 o'clock.
That's
this
right.
afternoon.
It's our finale with Jayson.
Yeah, it's sad,
Baseball season's over. World Series is over.
What a classic it was, though. It was unbelievable. I mean, that Game 7, that's as crazy as anything you're going to watch in baseball.
It's one of those situations where if you're not a baseball fan and you tuned in and you watched that Game 7 and you came away and you still weren't entertained, then there's nothing I can show you.
Exactly.
Right? There's nothing. You're just not a baseball guy.
Yep.
There's nothing I can ever show you. That series was epic. Just epic. And for the Toronto fans, totally heartbreaking. My God.
I don't know how you go to work.
You don't. You call
and carry
in.
on this week. But beyond that, though, I think it's even more. Even if you're a non-baseball fan, but you love sports and you agree to sit down and watch that one with one of your friends who's really into it, just because. You know what? It's a Game 7. That's all you have to say. Just because it's great theater and you still didn't come away enjoying it, you're a hater is what you are.
Well, no, I don't know if you're a hater.
You're an absolute hater if you
there's
didn't find any enjoyment in that game.
There's
if you're a
nothing
sports
you
fan.
can possibly like then from the game of baseball.
Nothing.
Because drama was at an 11. My wife is the most regimented person in the world. Where 10:30 comes around, I gotta go to bed. I want you to stay up an extra 5 minutes with me, honey. Cuddle with me on the couch for 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is interesting here. You know,
She'll
we got
look
Game
over.
7 going into extra innings now.
She will look over at the clock every 30 seconds. The time, yeah. I got to miss my sleepy window. I mean, she's as she's gotten older, she's become even more crazy with the sleep windows, and I got a routine and all that. And I appreciate a good routine, but she takes it over the edge.
Yeah.
But even on, what was that, Friday night or Saturday night?
Friday night. Yeah.
No, it was Saturday night was the Game 7.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Saturday night.
Game 6 was Friday.
Right,
Yeah.
Saturday night, Game 7. We're sitting there, 10:30 comes, 11 comes, 11:15 comes. There wasn't a peep from her. She did not get up to go to bed.
She's
she
locked
was,
in.
She was there.
Yeah.
She was locked in. When you can get her locked in like that, really nothing ever does that.
No.
Like New Year's Eve, she's in bed by 10:30.
Well, I'm sure she's not really watching baseball at all throughout the year.
No, but she
was the one to be there with you watching on the couch, just casually drawn into it.
And she was actually, for the first time in a long time, really enjoying my conversation. Because she would ask me a little bit about this player or the game, and I would tell her. And it was like we were first dating again, where she actually would pay attention to what I was saying.
Is this guy's name Pages?
Look at that catch he made.
That's a fun name.
He knocked over the other guy.
He's turning the pages, isn't he?
He knocked over Kike.
Kike. You got Kike, you got Teoscar, you got the Hernandez guys following each other on the base paths. You got Pajes out there making the best catch we've ever seen. Vlad Guerrero Jr. doing his thing. Oh, my God.
Let me tell you something about that.
He had that double to lead off their final, bottom of the, was it the 10th or the 11th?
Well, it was the 11th, but in the bottom of the 9th. So they give up the home run in the top of the 9th, right? And it's just, that crowd was ready to just explode. And they've been ready for this for 30-something years. And they give up that home run, game is tied, and the air just goes out of that. But there's that feeling, though, that, Vlad's coming up. He's the first one up. Mm-hmm. And he's going to walk you off. And then he gets that 3-0 count, and he swings at a ball.
Tees off.
Technically was probably ball 4.
It was ball 4.
But he hits that thing. When he first hit it, I thought it was out.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally that guy where every single fly ball, that's like every Cub fan in the world.
Oh, that's not a...
Pop up to second.
You get a Cubs pass on that one. It's bottom of the 9th, and Vlad's at the plate. And the way that he's been hitting all postseason,
that's
one of the most dominant
things
postseasons we've ever seen.
Where it's an eighth of an inch different on the bat, and that thing is out. And the Blue Jays win, and they walk that off, and the storyline is completely different.
Yeah.
An eighth of an inch, or the size of my weenus. Mm-hmm. Eighth of an inch.
It was just, I can't even imagine how close some of those plays were. You're watching that play at home plate over and over and over again. I didn't know in real time when they called the force out. You couldn't tell. They review it. They show you. They slow it down. You must have seen it 15, 20 times.
I said to Chris, and I said out loud.
You can't tell every time they looked at it.
You can't. I know they can. And I know they should have if it was clear and concrete evidence. But ending the World Series Game 7 walk-off instant replay?
Right?
Can you imagine that?
Oh, my God.
I can't imagine that. And I don't know what to make of all these replays. On one hand, yes, I want every call to ultimately be correct. On the other hand, I think we've gotten so minute with what we're looking for. I've told you before, I think in order to challenge something, it has to be egregious to the naked eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want the bench coach getting a phone call from up in the booth because they've looked at it on super slow-mo a couple different ways. If it's egregious to you in the moment, in the dugout, then you automatically call for a replay.
And I do think the more postseason baseball that I watched, because I think I watched more baseball this postseason than in several years past. I would check in on the Orioles, and maybe it would be some fatigue because they've got the longest.
They weren't playing postseason baseball.
But I'm saying in recent postseasons, if you don't know this, here's the fact: they have the longest postseason drought in baseball. I think it's 11 straight games they've lost. Like every year they've gone, they've had a good team. They're swiftly out, and then that would make me kind of stay away from the postseason and watching and being as invested. So I don't know what it was about this year, but I kind of don't know how I'm going to feel about ABS, about automated ball strikes going forward. I know that means you open it up to, of course it means that. We all know that. That's why we got into the discussion about ABS in the first place, because of human error and how difficult it is for a human being back there to call the exact strike zone all game long. But I kind of fell back on that is one of those nuances of the game, working with the umpire, understanding what his strike zone is, if he's calling them that are, a half an inch on the outside of the plate, to make sure that you got to cover that and work the count and foul the baseball off to stay in it. And then, like we said, you have those challenges, and if there's a point where it's egregious enough, where it's important to you, where it's one of your best hitters, and he's called out when you know that thing was off the plate, use that challenge, win it, and then stay in the count.
Now we have college athletes that are retroactively going back, and they're suing because they couldn't take advantage of NIL, which I think is stupid.
It wasn't the rule.
Right.
Yeah,
it wasn't the rule, and I feel sorry for you that you couldn't monetize, your brand. But then again, we can't just go back in time and all that. But if we could, can you imagine all the Cleveland sports fans going back and suing Livan Hernandez?
Yeah.
And the Florida Marlins. And who was back there? Was it Eric Gregg who was back there calling that?
I think you're right.
Who's dead now?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking.
Going to sue him? Going to sue his family?
You're talking about 5 inches off the plate.
Sure.
He was getting strike calls.
That's why.
They'd be tapping their helmets like crazy.
That's why, again, and I don't know, there would have to be a line in the sand versus, on how many challenges that you are awarded. And if it's something that's ultra fast like that, whether it's a balls and strikes, maybe you get a few extra ones for a manager to hold on to
the
till
ball
the
and
late
strike,
innings.
if it's working properly, it should be immediate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you want to use a challenge there, manager just simply raises his hand. Ump then puts the hand up that goes to the system, and it's like in tennis, right, where it just shows you that, like in or out, and that's the call. Maybe you get 5 of those within an entire
I don't think the
baseball game.
manager should be allowed to challenge balls and strikes. I think only the batter should be allowed to challenge balls and strikes.
Interesting wrinkle.
Yeah. Like they can't give signals from the bench. Hey, challenge this.
Do you remember when is this coming in next year?
Yes, next year.
Next year, and that's the way it's going to be. Postseason, all the same.
I haven't been told otherwise.
It's going to be
unless
crazy.
It's a total disaster. I mean, they've been doing this in minor league baseball for a while.
Yeah, and there hasn't really been any reports from minor league baseball to want to go back. That they hate getting them all correct.
We have a jam-packed show today. All right, we're going to talk plenty of Buckeye football. Buckeyes beat Penn State. Lots of college football in the 3 o'clock hour. 4 o'clock hour, NFL, Bengals and Bears and
crap.
That was yesterday, and I'll leave it to the 4 o'clock hour, but I'll leave you with this little tidbit. That was the equivalent of watching a dirty bum fight under the bridge. That's what that was.
Bums under the bridge.
It was compelling. It was close. But ultimately, it's just wastes of flesh pounding each other in the face.
I laughed out loud when Caleb Williams
so did I.
found his guy. I went, ha! You remember Tom Hanks in The Money Pit? When the bathtub just drops through the second floor, just goes, ah! Just that kind of laugh. It was Cincinnati and their defense. You know how this is going to end. Anytime they're in a close game, Cincy fans, you already know how it's going to end.
I forgot to say hello to Ted. How you doing, Teddy?
I'm doing good, Mike.
How you doing, Tress?
Doing good, Mike.
All right, we got a big program today. We'll start things off with Buckeyes and Penn State conversation coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Watch out for a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on westbound 270 on that south outer belt at 71. It's going to be slower traffic from 23. And we also have a couple-minute delay due to that ongoing construction on eastbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. Protect your home with R&R Foundation Specialist. Family-owned, honest, and pressure-free. Get expert waterproofing, fair quotes, and smart advice that puts your home first. Visit rrfoundationspecialist.com. Your trusted local pros in foundation and waterproofing. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Thanksgiving, as we know, is right around the corner. And what better way to say thank you than $500 off to a thinner, healthier you? Now through Thanksgiving, Awaken 180 is giving our great listeners $500 off your program. Visit them online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around.
Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
If your neighbor's Team Up North painted garage door somehow isn't the ugliest garage door on your block, we are Deluxe Door Systems. Our beautiful Clopay doors will transform your home, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Aaron, I'm freaking out a little that you're giving away $500 in free repairs whenever someone buys a new water heater.
When people are faced with an unexpected expense, an unexpected gift helps restore balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. How many things can our plumbers do for $500 or less?
Tons of things.
Like what?
We can repair a toilet that's not working. We can replace a hose bib, install a utility sink or a vanity, run a water line to an appliance, replace a garbage disposal.
Get Eco.
ECO. Replace a shutoff valve, fix an exposed water leak.
What's an exposed water leak?
It's one you can see. It's not inside a wall and it's not underground.
And we're going to do these sorts of things for free just because a person buys a water heater?
Yeah, for free.
Because we're restoring balance to the universe?
Balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Whoo, go to geteco.com.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
November is an ideal month to plant trees in Ohio because the soil is still warm, which reduces the transplant stress. Plus, trees require less water in November than in the heat of the summer, allowing roots to grow in the cooler temperatures. When planting trees, keep these tips in mind. Select trees that are zone hardy for where you plan to plant. Avoid planting trees that produce slip hazards like fruits and nuts close to sidewalks. And don't plant large trees near or under utility lines. To learn more about the November tree planting, contact an ISA certified arborist near you by going to trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine in the forecast today and daytime highs in the upper 50s. However, gusty winds will make it feel cooler than that. For tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows plunging into the 30s again. And then for Tuesday, more sunshine in the forecast, lighter winds, and highs around 60 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
This show cuts harder than a Cape Cod chip inside Timmy's mouth. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Had to walk out to my car about a half an hour ago, Mikey, and the wind was ripping so fast. It was going through my jacket, and I was like, woo! But I was thinking it's the kind of wind that can rip shingles right off the top of your roof.
That's bad news.
If you got a sucky roof, those shingles will just be all over the place. No good. That's why if your house might need a little upgrade there, talk to my friends at Victor's Home Solutions. They have thousands of 5-star ratings for customer service and their high-quality installation. They use some of the best materials around. That roof will be looking so spick and span. They can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every single roof they install. And the best part about it, whenever they're done with that project, that yard is going to be so clean. I mean, there's not going to be a single loose shingle anywhere in sight. And since no one wants to pay the high interest rates, limited time, they can offer a 5-year no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. Start it up with that free 21-point roof inspection. I've had it. They'll tell you exactly what's going on with your roof and what needs to be done. 866-VICTORS is the number to call, or go online, victors.com.
All right, a couple housekeeping things before we get to Buckeye and Penn State conversation. Ohio State and UCLA kick time has been announced at 7:30 in the shoe.
That's right.
There you go. And the night game for you, Bjorky.
Minnesota night game.
Take the
UCLA
drones
night
out.
game.
That's fine. So 7:30 for UCLA. Also today, my public service announcement. I do it every single Monday this time of year. We turn the clocks back this past weekend.
And can you believe it's November already,
Shut
Mike?
up. Shut up.
How about it, Ted? God,
And so
years flown by.
If you're commuting home during this show and it's dark and it wasn't dark on Friday, don't worry. Your house is in the same place. Okay? Because it's always this day where I get on the highway going home from work and it's a bunch of people just driving really, really slow. It's dark. I don't know what to do. Go the same way that you go every single time. If we all do that together, we can all make it home.
So basically what you're saying,
drive
is,
like a normal person.
But you know that they won't. It's a great PSA, but it's not going to work. The fact that we've had miserable commutes home for the last, year and a half, as construction is just constantly being done. I didn't know it took like 7 years to do an overpass, like to redo some concrete on an overpass, but that's where we're at. And then for me, as I go towards Hilliard Rome, I-70 is completely blown up. It's going to be taking me, 45 minutes to get home when it usually takes 10 minutes?
But imagine when it's done, how wonderful it's going to be.
What
for
does that
those
even mean?
3 days before they rip it up and start again.
What do we got? Wide lanes like Kramer? Just we going to luxuriously be swinging our wheel back and forth?
All right, Buckeyes beat Penn State 38-14. This was a 3-point game at the half, and I don't know about you, and I'm Mr. Nervous Nelly. I'm not the most confident guy in the world.
Not nervous?
But at no point during last week was I nervous about this game.
I was pissed off. That's what I was.
See, I wasn't even really that.
I was pissed off at the play call to allow them that touchdown. I was really angry at that.
It didn't bother me as much. And I know what they're trying to do on Fox. They're trying to sell this, as a big matchup. Gus Johnson, we got a game, people. And then, they go to halftime and they're talking, do you think we would be here? And I said to myself, Buckeyes have played possibly the worst half they could play. You had a fumble from a guy that never fumbles. You were essentially going to go in and score, get the ball back after half, and score again. Did you have any doubt that Ohio State offense was essentially going to score every single time they took the ball?
I didn't.
I didn't. And I didn't think that game was in doubt. I wasn't really upset about it. And the second half went exactly how I thought it would go. At the end of the day, you had a program come in here, an outmanned, out-talent, outmatched team in Penn State. And again, you gave up 2 touchdowns. Woo! You also gave up 200 yards of total offense. I don't think we talk enough about how good this Buckeye defense is. When you look around the rest of college football and you see supposedly the best teams in the country, they lay an egg every now and then.
Look, the strength of that Penn State team was obviously going to be with Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton, and they've got some pretty good offensive linemen, with NFL prospects, right?
You gave up less than 2 yards a carry.
Yeah. They had the one drive, right? They had the one drive.
It was one carry, actually.
Yeah, it was one big carry. It was a 26-yarder. That was all it was. It was a 26-yarder for Katron Allen, although that might have... I don't know if they scored on that drive. That might have been the first drive of the game.
It was the first drive of the game.
It was a different
they
one
did not score on that drive.
Yeah.
But if you take, that's the huge chunk running play.
That's the chunk play.
You take that out. I know I sound like Dave Wanstead.
you take that out.
Those
it was
3
nothing.
touchdowns away.
No. But I'm not upset that they even gave up a long touchdown drive. I'm not. That's one. It is too much to hold a defense for an entire season to the 5.9 points per game given up.
It's
what are
going
they, the
to
85
happen.
Bears or the Ravens that won their first Super Bowl with Ray Lewis? Those are ridiculous numbers that they were putting up. I'm okay with that, and I'm okay that they gave up the second one that made it 17-14 going into the half. We nitpick, right? We've had to look beneath the surface and nitpick on individual performances, play calls that were, hidden throughout the game. And I just thought that when you worked so hard to get the stop there, to get an extra chance to score. You had the 2-minute warning. You had the 2 timeouts in your hip pocket. You got the good fortune of getting the touchback there, so you weren't pinned inside your 10. Sometimes we can understand, right? You might not know if you're trying to go on that last drive of a half, and you're going to try to probe. The defense will call a draw or a little trap play. See if we pick up 6, 8, 10 yards on the ground, and then we'll get into high gear and we'll go. I didn't understand it in that case. It's 1st and 10, and you have the 2 timeouts and the 2-minute drill. We've seen the way that Julian Saint's throwing the ball. Just get back there and throw every play of that drive and score a touchdown. They run it up the gut with C.J. Donaldson. He doesn't hold on to the ball. It's his fault, too, because whether it's a bad play call or not, you hold on to it. I just thought that sucked. It made me angry for about the halftime, and then I was over it when they did what they did in the third quarter.
I didn't expect much of a football game in the second half, and we didn't get much of a football game in the second half. Let me ask you this question, because my daughter asked me this while we were watching the game. Out of the mouths of babes, she said, "Is Julian saying better than Elf on the Shelf?" Now, Elf on the Shelf is Will Howard.
Yeah.
From last year. Julian Sayin is life-size Cabbage Patch doll. I had to pause for a second and think. Because ultimately, we talked about this with Cardale Jones. And a lot of people wanted to tell me, Cardale Jones didn't prove it in the regular season. It's yeah, but Cardale Jones won a championship for you.
That's really all you got to say right now.
He proved it at a point in the season where other guys crawl into the fetal position. You're always wondering if the guy who puts up numbers in the regular season can do it in the postseason when everybody's looking. And we had that with Cardale Jones. And we had that with Will Howard. We don't know what we have with Julian Sayin yet.
We think we know, but we got to play it out.
Right. But if I'm just projecting here, who's the better passer? Who has the better command of this offense? Who do I feel more comfortable on a 3rd and 9 with? Wash my mouth out with soap, Timmy. I think it's Julian Sayin.
It is Julian Sayin right now.
There's no disrespect to Will Howard, but I'm so impressed with what he's able to do.
It's almost the same way here, where you heard Terry Smith, Penn State's interim coach. You heard him, I played a little clip of him, admiring Ohio State's wide receiver talent. What
How
coach
could you
wouldn't?
not?
What coach wouldn't when you put on that film? You don't even have to put on the film. You've seen and heard enough about Jeremiah Smith. You coach in this conference. You see highlights of him all over social media, all over YouTube. It's everywhere. But after the game, he tried to say this, and I believe the way he went into it was like, I'm not saying this is any disrespect to any of the wide receivers that they've had. They're all outstanding. But these 2 that they got right now, I think they're better. I think they're better than all of them. And look, he's at this point, it's hard to argue with that. Now, if you want to play this into what they accomplish in the NFL, we all thought that Marvin Harrison Jr. would be one of the top 3 receivers in the league at this point, right?
That.
But some of the other Buckeye receivers are holding it down. You've seen what Jackson Smith and Jigba has done. But the fact that we can say this about Julian Sayin in the year that Will Howard just had, which was his one and only year as quarterback here, he just doesn't throw any inaccurate football. All the incompletions, Mike, are throwaways or ones where he is completely under duress, and he had one ball. Those count, too. Like when you're under duress and what does the football look like? He had one that almost got into Brandon Innis's area. That was really the one true incompletion he had in the entire game.
Yeah. It's astonishing to me. And that's not taking away the talent at the wide receiver position. These guys, you put the ball close to them, they're going to come down with it. I have been so impressed with the consistency of Julian Sayin. And really, it surprises me. I wonder behind the scenes, if you asked Ryan Day, you give him the truth serum, did you think we would be here right now with Julian Sayin? Let's say around spring game or in the offseason. Did you think we'd be here right now? I wonder what he'd say if he had to answer truthfully.
I don't think there's any way he thought that he would be this good midway through the season. A little bit closer to the 3-quarter mark right now. He's the most accurate passer in Ohio State football history right now.
Yeah,
for a season.
And again,
this stuff is part of
we got to take that with a grain of salt too, because stats have changed. And You know, we got a little thing about Dylan Raiola being out for the season. And if you look at his completion percentage, you'd say, oh, my God, he's one of the best. No,
What's
he's
he in the
not.
mid-70s this year?
Yes. Can I tell you something? Completion percentage is so overdone now. That's not to minimize what Julian Sain is doing because it's so much more than just efficiency. It's his ability to command an offense. At no point during a game do you look at his eyes and say the moment is too big for this guy.
He had one game early in the season where it looked like it was the Ohio game, right? It looked like he backpedaled from his decision making and reading the defense. Right. It hasn't looked like that. And the games and the competition have only picked up, and we're into November football now in the Big Ten.
The Buckeye Heisman campaigns have started. Details in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at some slower traffic on westbound 70 downtown between Livingston Avenue and the 71 West Split. And we've got a couple-minute holdup on southbound 71 on the north side from Hudson Street to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose a loan amount from $1,000 to $5,000. BMIFCU.org/holiday loan.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
It's BOGO week, so use your card for buy one, get one free deals on Kroger brand apple juice, Screamin' Sicilian pizza, and more participating items. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
If you find your garage door repair guy watching YouTube videos on how to fix garage doors, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For over 30 years, a trusted Columbus staple, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
This show has over 50 years of combined radio experience. They also have a combined mental age of 11. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. It is a Reaction Monday. We got a shorter show today. We're here until 5:30 because Buckeye basketball coverage. It is the first regular season game against the team formerly known as Ooey Pooey, IUPUI.
The Jags.
Now they're just IU Indy. That's boring. But first opportunity to get into the shot for most of you. First opportunity to check out the new court design. Now, I must tell you, Timmy, I've been very nervous about this. I don't like the gimmicks. I don't like the too busy courts, all that.
Yeah.
But I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, I seen it.
I wasn't there in person, but I saw a picture of it, and it didn't look half bad.
I liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. It doesn't look nearly as gray as those digital renderings.
I thought it was going to be much more monochrome.
Me too. I thought it was going to be way too colorful, and I've said this 100 times now. You guys know where I stand on the color of athletic surfaces. That's one area where I don't like to compromise. For me, the compromise has always existed where we can get artistic. That's the end zones when we're talking about football. That's the paint area and the borders when we're talking about basketball. I think the courts that the NBA is allowing us to watch basketball on for the midseason events is disgusting. I won't watch any of the NBA games.
You can't.
I can't.
You won't.
It makes me sick. You're making people sick. You get John Taft. You don't have the right to play on that kind of court. It's disgusting. Shut it down. So what I saw, I'm excited to go there. Be following all of our social media channels because when we're done here tonight, I'm going over there with the press pass with Tyler, our digital director.
Oh, beautiful.
And we're going to do some stuff. I'll check in and we'll give you some behind the scenes looks at the Schottenstein Center and maybe my first when I see that basketball court for the very first time with my own eyes.
Buckeye basketball, IU Indy. The season starts tonight. Coverage starts 5:30 right here on the Fan. So Ohio State has launched the Heisman campaigns for two of its stars, Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith. The hashtag that you use if you're pumping Julian Sayin is hashtag We Sayin Heisman. The hashtag that you use if you're pumping Jeremiah Smith is JJ4 Heisman, his number being 4. There you go.
There it is.
You gotta.
They're both great.
You gotta pick guys to promote. I totally understand that. And look, Julian Sayin's been fantastic. He's your quarterback. You're the number one team in the country. You got to put all your marketing efforts towards him. Jeremiah Smith could be the best, most talented player in college football when it's all said and done. I do feel bad, as much as you can feel bad for a guy that's earned himself millions of dollars and probably a first-round pick. But
right.
If you were to say who has been the most productive wide receiver on this team this year, there's a variety of reasons why, and a lot of teams are double covering number 4. But it's Carnell Tate. Right?
Yeah, they're right next to each other in stats nationally too. That's what's incredible about them is they're both so talented. And we had this idea, and rightfully so, Jeremiah Smith, we just said this recently with Marvin Harrison Jr., so we understand that. But when he goes to the league, it will not take him that long to be one of the 5 best receivers in the National Football League, or else to us, something will be wrong. Carnell Tate right now, he sits right behind him. Jeremiah's got 725 receiving yards, and Carnell Tate's got 711. Jeremiah's got 9 touchdown catches. Carnell Tate's got 7. And they help each other out
Absolutely,
at this point. I think
do.
it started where Carnell Tate was able to see a lot more of the single coverages because of Jeremiah Smith being doubled it or being bracketed or having all sorts of exotic over-the-top looks put on.
Timmy, would not double Jeremiah Smith.
Right.
Enter Jim Knowles this weekend. What the hell was Jim Knowles doing in that first half? You would think he's got all the state secrets, right? He knows how the sausage is made. And if anybody's going to give this Buckeye offense a problem, it's going to be the former defensive coordinator. And he's out there. They're playing single coverage on the best player on the field.
Yeah, and yet they were still able to go over the top on him a couple of times. And that, again, is when you can give Julian Sayin some credit for where he's putting the football on those deep throws. You go back and watch the highlights. I mean, the deep ball that Jeremiah Smith caught, that one, maybe a little bit more, was just going up there with his strength and his physicality and making sure that he's going to win the battle and come down with the football. But the one placed to Carnell Tate, my God, is that just right in the bucket? And we didn't even talk about the deflection catch, where you just go, oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
He just reaches out with one hand, hauls it in, and just walks it right into the end zone.
The shot on Ryan Day is priceless.
It is.
Because the ball gets batted up in the air, and he's got this look on his face. No. And then just sheer joy when he realizes that his guy just swiped it right out of the air and they score a touchdown.
What do you think he said? What do you think was the lip read on that? Was it just
I think
sort
it was,
of,
oh, no.
Was
I think
it just
was
sort
that.
of,
maybe oopsie daisy?
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
Wow. Like a nice wow for Jeremiah. It was great.
What do we think about the running game? Because this has been a season-long issue where you're not sure where the consistency is going to come from, and we haven't really seen a lot of consistency from any one of these guys. Now, this week, when you look at the numbers, they ran for over 160 yards. Best offensive performance running the football all season long. You had some big runs, especially in that fourth quarter when they're trying just to run out the clock. Some big, long runs. Bo Jackson winds up with over 100 yards. do you look at that game on Saturday and say, all right, maybe that's the coming out party for the running game. Maybe moving forward now, that becomes more consistent. Or do you look at that as, well, that was late in that football game where they knew they had the game won. Your defense is demoralized, Penn State, and they're taking advantage of guys that are just dog tired. How do you look at the running game success this week?
I'm still a little bit concerned. I mean, I think we're all pleased that we saw Bo Jackson actually hit a 50-plus yarder. It would have also been nice to see him have the sprint to take that one all the way to the house, right? I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, you want home run hitters. You want different kinds of backs, right? It's okay to have one of those powerful bruisers for the short yardage situations, but when you're going with that other category, you'd like to see him be able to take the outside there and put the burners on and take that one all the way to the house. So I'm not going to complain too much about a 51-yard big hitter that sets you up with what? I don't know if that gave us a first and goal situation or if he got tackled at the 12 or 11, but who really cares? Didn't like seeing C.J. Donaldson fumble. Again, being your bigger, more physical back, I love to see two hands on the football when you're going up the gut right there and when you're trying to fight for more yardage. We can't have that strip and rely on the officials to blow the whistle.
Right, you can make a case that forward progress should have been stopped. But
it doesn't matter.
The reality is they didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah.
So it's a fumble.
It doesn't matter. And if you want to let inferior opponents stick around, that is exactly how you do it. Because they lose the turnover battle when that's all said and done. You put the ball on the ground and they go in for a touchdown right after that. And here's what concerns me more. You've been watching Indiana a little bit more, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Like, to see, just because I think they're the more curious program, because this is still newer for them. So when they go on the road to play somebody like Maryland, I do want to know if that's sort of a trappy type of game for them. And no, it is not.
Well, I think that's them being good. I think it's also a combination of Maryland doing what Maryland does.
But what I was going to say is it's the way that they run the football. They are an outstanding rushing team, and they are just pouring it on team after team. They have 1,000 more rushing yards than Ohio State does at this point in the season. And their quarterback also has big numbers and is up for the Heisman, just like Julian Sand. They even have a second Mendoza, second knob. Everybody says, why do they leave their starters in? It's not the same Mendoza.
Double Mendoza.
Imagine that.
Now, we got a lot of drama around college football this weekend. We'll talk about it coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane and causing some holdup on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt at 71. We also have slower traffic on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and 33. This report is sponsored by MedVet. Pet emergencies don't wait, and neither does MedVet. They're open 24/7, 365 days a year, from sudden injuries to serious illness. Their expert teams are always ready for emergency and specialty care. Visit medvet.com to find your nearest hospital. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose a loan amount from $1,000 to $5,000. BMIFCU.org/holiday loan.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman for Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. They helped me with my elbow pain, and I'm back on the course. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better. Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient, and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
When it's time to ask life's biggest question, make sure your ring says it all. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from The Diamond Seller, and we've been helping couples say yes for over 78 years. From brilliant cuts to better prices, the quality and selection of our diamonds is unmatched. Because diamonds aren't just our business, they're our legacy. Visit us at Diamond Seller on Selmo Road or Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondseller.com. Bigger diamonds, better prices, guaranteed.
Rothman and Ice.
But I do want to know maybe the most famous person you have a picture with. I want you to think about that. Tiger Woods.
That's a tease. Oh,
that's
great.
Do it after the break.
Gosh darn it.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
With business banking, Tel Ohio Credit Union takes it personally. It's why they are the #1 SBA lender among Ohio credit unions. You are a member, not a number. That's the Tel Ohio difference. Visit telhio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Tel Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCAA.
Shop Meijer and get a head start on your gifting list with early holiday deals. There's something for everyone. Yankee Candle large jars are 40% off. Get 20% off select Lego City and Friends building sets. Select board games like Clue or Scrabble are just $15 each. And Element 40-inch smart TVs are 50% off. Save a good deal more on the gifts they can't get enough of at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
It's easy to fall for CME, Ohio's #1 credit union, thanks to you. Recognized nationally and statewide by Forbes. Rooted right here at home. CME Federal Credit Union. Bank with the best. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Visit CMEFCU.org.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
Two men who are not allowed to sleep in the same room as their wives. This is Man and Timmy.
Fishy has just handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. You ready?
I'm ready.
T-Bone and Tyvis get things started at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. At 6:30, they're going to give away AC/DC tickets.
Ooh. They're TNT, T-Bone and Tyvis. They're dynamite.
6:46, they'll do Morning Wood. WOULD. And then Jean-Luc Grandpierre will join the program coming up at 7:17. Tomorrow on Bishop and Friends, Dom Taberi will join at 10:30. You will hear the Ryan Day press conference at noon, right before Rothman and Ice. And then we're here tomorrow, 3 o'clock, with all of our usual shenanigans. Inside the Buckeyes, rapid fire, all that jazz.
Cross paths with Bone today?
I
did.
Before
he left work?
I was in here early today. He stayed a little late.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the families. He said that he went to a concert at the laundromat last night.
Oh, I seen it.
And it was...
it's loud. I'm sorry, just a little too darn loud.
He said he was the oldest guy there, just sort of leaning on a dryer, watching some death metal.
What did he say? It was a little hot in there?
Well, he said it was hot
and
because he was leaning on an actual working dryer. Because I say it's the laundromat. That's not just the name of the venue. It is an actual laundromat. People are in there doing their laundry. Can you imagine if you had no idea that was going on? It's like, I just got a fabric softener.
I was thinking about that too. You do a little Google search for a place to get your clothes done, and it winds up being that spot. And there's a death metal concert that's you can hear loud and clear. You're just looking for some Tide Pods and to get your stuff fluffed and laundered.
All right, college football from the weekend. Georgia beats Florida in a tight one. So is that...
Florida's good, man. It's a tough team.
It's a rivalry game, baby.
Good.
It's Jacksonville. It's a cocktail party.
It's Jacksonville. It's a neutral site. That means the better team should kick ass, right?
No. That means that Georgia won another gritty contest.
Of course it did.
If Ohio State was doing the same thing against Big Ten teams that were below 500, the national media would have a field day with that.
Oh, I mean, what about what Purdue just did against Michigan? Just a gritty performance by
we get
Wolverines.
to see them this week.
Right?
Ooh, beware.
I know.
Purdue coming.
Going to West Lafayette.
Georgia Tech suffers their first loss of the season to NC State. So, look, the ACC's wide-ass open because we had Miami with their second loss of the season against SMU.
Can we stop it with Miami?
I would love to stop it with Miami.
We were doing it. A lot of people that have also said we have to wait and see about Miami. We're still wanting to give them their chances because of Carson Beck, but it doesn't matter. They're just a 6-2, barely top 20 team. They paid all the money in the world to get one of the best players from the SEC, and it still doesn't matter. And the ACC sucks. You can want to sit there and listen to Pat Narduzzi, who's a head case, talking about, the deepest conference in football. I don't care what anybody says. Have you seen Clemson? Clemson can't stop losing, and you say that that's one of the best conferences? No.
Texas holds on to beat Vandy. They had a very good first half and then sort of just hung on for dear life. Oklahoma with a big road win at Tennessee. You would think that eliminates Tennessee from any sort of postseason contention.
Did you see what's going on with their kicker? And we've seen, the uniforms as we've gone into the future. Football pants have gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. I prefer the NFL way where there is a dress code.
It almost looks AI.
It does. I'm sure all of you listening have seen OU's kicker, who had a brilliant game and was the reason that they were able to win all the 50-yarders that he was drilling. But, I mean, come on. Like, anything smaller, and this guy is going to be out there in a thong kicking the football. It's ridiculous. There needs to be... Thank you. There needs to be some kind of uniform rules, right? There are, and that has to be breaking the rules. He's not wearing any pads. He's wearing underwear.
His dong is hanging.
His dong is barely protected. My God.
Think about his dong. Do it for the dong. All right, poll. AP poll. Buckeyes stay number one. Get 54 first-place votes. As a matter of fact, we have no changes 1 through 7. So Indiana stays 2, Texas A&M 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Ole Miss 7. Now, 8th, BYU up 2 spots to 8. Texas Tech up 4 spots to 9. Notre Dame's back in the top 10, up 2 spots to 10. Other Big Ten teams, we have USC at 20. We have Michigan at 21. We have Washington at 24. So very top-heavy for the Big Ten and then bottom-heavy in this top 25. Let's talk about USC for a second. That's so Matt Rule. They go on the road, and they get a win at Nebraska, another ranked team that Matt Rule and Nebraska cannot beat.
And it keeps USC ranked by winning that game. It keeps them in the polls there this week.
Now, I'm sure if they would have lost that game, I'm sure Nebraska would have slipped in to the top 25.
I don't know.
Whether they deserved it or not.
They're in the Big Ten, so benefit of the doubt. I mean, you look at how Tennessee at 6-3 still gets to be in there. They don't have a win as good as Illinois' best win, who's 6-3, but why Tennessee gets to last, I don't know.
Dylan Raiola goes out for the season. He has a broken right fibula. He was 10 of 15 for 91 yards and a touchdown before the injury. He was replaced by true freshman TJ Lateef, who went 5 of 7 for 7 yards. 5 completions for 7 yards. That is modern-day college football. Dylan Raiola this season has completed over 72% of his passes. And that's why I say don't believe completion percentage all the time. That's not taking away from Julian Sayin. Julian Sayin is doing a fantastic job, but modern-day college football is essentially short, little passes where your completion percentage is going to go way up because you're utilizing the short passing game like you would utilize the running game. Dylan Raiola is being looked at by people as saying, oh, he was having a fantastic season. Was he? I watched a lot of Nebraska football this year.
He's okay.
He doesn't impress me at all.
He's okay. You see some of the stuff there where he could be a big-time player, but he's definitely got a few more steps than, say, our guy Julian Sayin has to take now.
Are you
or
kidding?
Fernando Mendoza.
I mean, you can
these
say
Heisman
which
guys.
one would you take, but you actually had that dilemma. I mean, Dylan Raiola was the number one recruit in the country at one point. He was committed to come here.
Yes.
If he kept that commitment, he's the quarterback right now.
Right.
We don't see Julian Sayin. I don't know where the hell he is. Maybe he's still at Alabama. Maybe he transferred someplace else.
Right.
But I'm glad we dodged that bullet.
I'm glad. I also think that, spot wherever you land, that changes things, how you're coached, the players that you're playing with. He does not have the cupboard that Ohio State has when you talk about the protection and the weapons he has to throw the football around to. But I think there's a stigma, too. I think there's just something at Nebraska right now that's in the air that is just...
It's poo.
It's
Timmy.
hard. It's poo.
It's turd.
It's just... It's a lot of corn. I mean...
A lot of corn, a lot of poo.
It's my corn out there. And... It's just you're trying to get back that history that they once had, and that is not coming back
You're
again.
never going to get back that type of history, but that does not mean that you can't have a respectable football program that makes it tough for ranked teams to play them.
But there's something about the longing to get back to that is preventing them from even getting a top 25 win, Like they can't even, like you said, they should be able to beat a team like USC.
Absolutely.
You should be able to beat Iowa.
It's a home game for you? Yeah.
You should win your home games. Michigan comes to your place. You have a big environment. Michigan's good, not great. They're not elite. They're a good top 25 team. You beat them. That's a game that you should win.
No.
On your home turf.
Not.
You can't do it.
We had one of the craziest games yesterday in the NFL. Bengals and Bears. We'll talk about the rest of the NFL craziness coming up next. Colin, Man, and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's causing some holdup on East Dublin Granville Road between Maple Canyon Avenue and Cleveland Avenue, and slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 and Bixby Road. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. New at Lowe's, Pro Block Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams, engineered for pros to dry fast, block stains, and go on smooth for virtually flawless results. Available now in oil and water-based. Grab yours today at Lowe's. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Monogram Homes. Don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Tri-State Men's Health and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more.
See
store for details. When you're building a nursery school, elementary school, charter school, high school, vocational school, or jiu-jitsu school, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and most rental locations in Columbus, you can count on us to get you the right equipment at the right price right now. No matter what you got going in or going up. All powered by people. For equipment know-how, support, transport, and training. No wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Active military or veteran, planning your next career move? Start at Columbus State Community College. When employers in Central Ohio's booming advanced manufacturing industry need talent, they hire Columbus State graduates. Our engineering technology programs equip you with skills and experience to launch a high-tech career in Columbus's fast-growing fields. And our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive campus community. Take the first step. Apply at cscc.edu/engineering tech.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays, and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You may play the Ohio Lottery, but how well do you know the odds? True or false? When more people play Powerball or Mega Millions, the odds of winning a jackpot are worse. It's false. The odds for draw games don't change. The game design sets the odds, so your odds stay the same no matter who plays or how big the jackpot is. The only thing that is worse is the number of coworkers expecting free lunch if you win. I mean, how many tacos can one man buy every Tuesday? Learn more about common lottery myths at ohiolottery.com/knowtheodds. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Ride off, then write off when you take advantage of the year-end tax break offers at Bobcat Enterprises. Right now, Bobcat has 0% financing for 60 months on compact tractors. Use tax code deductions to maximize your reinvestment power and gain a competitive edge for 2026. Plus, you can lease, finance, or directly purchase equipment and still apply for the tax deduction. Stop by Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville, or see our full line of products at bobcatent.com today. Offer expires 12/31/25.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. A game time has been announced for the top-ranked Ohio State football team. November 15th matchup against UCLA is now scheduled as a 7:30 kickoff in the Shoe, making it the third primetime game in Ohio Stadium this season. The Buckeyes will be in West Lafayette taking on Purdue this Saturday. The college basketball season is back. The Ohio State men's basketball team gets their season started tonight, hosting the Jaguars of IU Indy. Tip-off from the Shot is at 6:30, and coverage begins here on The Fan at 5:30. Week 9 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. Kickoff is at 8:15. You can catch the action here on The Fan following the Buckeye basketball game. Also in the NFL, Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has announced he's passing play calling duties over to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees ahead of Sunday's matchup with the New York Jets. The Browns are 2-6 and ranked 31st in total offense. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man's wife would rather bang her head up against a wall instead of listening to this show. Timmy's wife is banging the milkman. This is Man and Timmy.
We got a shorter show today, out at 5:30, because Buckeye basketball starts up. First game of the regular season against IU Indy. Catch all the action right here on The Fan. We had the Crew dominate Cincy yesterday, 4-0 victory. Nice to see. But ultimately, you have to go back down to Cincinnati, win the best of 3 down there.
I say we should switch the rule now.
Switch the samples?
Aggregate, yeah.
We'll switch the samples.
Oh, now we're back to aggregate?
I think aggregate would be the way to go. I mean, you're up 4-1 over the 2 games now in the series. I think that sounds like a great choice. It's the way they do it over there. Let's do it here.
Settled in last night, too. Right before I watched Timmy's Commanders just defecate all over themselves.
They're pretty good, aren't they?
No, they're crap. You know who else was crap last night? Was all excited for the Jackets to get themselves 2 points, and then...
Ooh, that's called sometimes choke time, Coach.
You had 2 points in your hand, okay? And then you go from 2 points to nothing. You lose that game in regulation. Now, the Blue Jackets have done this a couple times. It hasn't bitten them in the ass like it did last night, where they're holding on to a lead, and they play on their heels. They play reactionary hockey. They hold on for dear life.
It was a lesser extent. They were up 6-1 on the Maple Leafs at home. And they gave up 2 soft goals near the end, but they're up 6-1.
You're up 6-1. You're up 2-1 on the road. And I had one little fluky play. You thought you were going to go up 3-1. It didn't happen. But you're up 2-1. You give up 2 quick goals where your defenders are back on their heels, and Elvis is fighting for his life. He throws a temper tantrum because that's what Elvis does. But in that instance, I understood it. Something you want to keep in the dressing room, yes. Mm-hmm. But you had 2 points in your hand on the road going for your 7th victory in 8 games. It was yours. Second night of a back-to-back, really important game in the Metro. Yeah. And you walk away without even a point.
We talked about how they've already reached the number of wins that they've achieved in the second game of back-to-backs. Mm-hmm. And
they were not good with that last year.
No, they only had 2 wins. They only had 2 all of last year. You already got to that. And it wasn't even November yet. I'd like to say it's so early in the season and you were on a hot stretch. Let's not make a big deal out of this. I think I'd like to make that a big deal. And I think Dean Evison would want to make that a big deal, too.
Losing a game like that, Timmy,
you don't lose
is
like
always
that.
a big deal.
You don't lose like that.
You're going to have off nights. Sure. You're not going to win every single game. I get that.
Me too.
But when you have 2 points in your hand with less than a minute to go and you give up 2 quick goals,
that's it.
And you're not even competitive down the stretch.
If you give up the equalizer, okay, when you're on the road and you're clinging to a 1-goal lead and it's the third period and you give up a tough, hard-fought goal, they possess the puck for a little bit. Maybe they possess the puck a little bit longer than you would like them to, but that's just because their energy level is rising to it because they've got their home crowd behind them. They know that they just need 1 goal to tie a game up. That is understandable, but once that happens, you must find a way to take that one into overtime and secure a point. You cannot give up 2 goals in a 90-second period when you have a game possibly won on the road.
Speaking of losing in epic fashion, the Bengals yesterday lose in epic fashion to my Chicago Bears. What do you think about that, Trumpy?
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I said this when we first started the show. You know, actually, Torg sent me a message after the show and said, "Oh, I bet you got a Hofty." And I said, "Do you know me at all?"
Doesn't know you.
Do you?
Not anymore.
I mean, we haven't worked together in like 13 years, but do you know me at all? I mean, I don't know any Bears fan in the world that's a normal person that could watch that game. And I mean, you're relieved that it's over. You're relieved that you got a win out of it when it looked like you were going down like the Titanic. But both of those teams, it was like dirty bums fighting under a bridge.
I didn't send you any kind of congratulatory text, did I?
No, you actually just said yuck.
I knew you weren't going to be happy about that. That's disgusting.
But you Bengal fans, and I got a bunch that are my buddies, and your son's a big Bengal fan, and I said this with Adam King today. We did a little bit of thing on TV. I don't know when it's going to play or if it's ever going to play, but I think we need to start lying to people. I used to lie to my daughter all the time. When she was little, like you go past the zoo and can we go to the zoo? Oh, zoo's closed, honey. What are all those cars there for? Oh, that's the workers. I'm sorry, zoo's closed. And then she would like, okay, and then she'd move on with her day. If you have an elderly person that calls you up, what channel is the game on today? And they're Bengal fans. You say, oh, there's no game today, Gam. You can't make them watch that crap. You can't let them. They'll die. They're going to die eventually, but let's not have them die watching a football game.
Well, depending on what their condition is, maybe if they're having like a very, very rough, like terminal cancer and they're suffering,
So have them suffer some more?
No,
or that'll just put them out of their misery.
Right, like put them out of their misery. It's so bad.
That's
get them to the finish line.
That's the Bengals
football
slogan.
Euthanasia.
The Cincinnati Bengals football Kevorkian. If you want assisted dying, the Cincinnati Bengals will help you. How does Zach Taylor have an office to go back to today? He should have walked into the facility and there's yellow hazard tape on his office door.
He bothers me.
Well, of course he bothers you.
No.
That was a good challenge by him, too, by the way. Excellent challenge.
Oh, he's going to be a fine sailor.
No.
So I just saw Bone repost this. This was a comment that just came from Zach Taylor because they did their little Monday press
What was
conference.
it? I'm sorry
I'm
for
sure.
anyone who watched that. Diarrhea?
I can't imagine being media in Cincinnati and you have to sit through his drivel, him whistling Dixie all the livelong day, telling you how we got this, we got the people in this room. When asked if they have what they need in the building to get the job done, absolutely. Absolutely, I do.
Mm-hmm.
That was his comment. That was what he said this afternoon after that debacle. You know what I kept thinking about? I kept thinking about that clip. You saw it when they featured it on this most recent quarterbacks season in Netflix, and Joe Burrow was featured. And I remember seeing this last year without the audio, but the TV cameras caught Burrow and Zach near the end of the Tennessee Titans game, which they won, and I think it was decently comfortable because they scored about 1 million points. But they still gave up like 31 or whatever. It was maybe, I'd have to look up the score.
Joe was pissed off.
Joe was pissed off. Zach was coming over there to go, Joe, slap him on the knee. Great job. Way to throw 450 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Joe basically just said, like, F it. Get out of here, Zach. We sucked today. That's pathetic. That's bull crap. We've had 4 false starts. We've had 9 penalties, whatever. I don't care what the score is. That's crap. We need to be a lot better than this. Zach does not do that enough. He doesn't understand that even though the offense is doing their job, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you're the head coach. You're the one that the Bengals have continually allowed to fire other position coaches. Look at what Lou Anarumo has done this year with the Colts. I guess we know now, and I might have been on the wrong side of this, but I guess we know now it's not that he just forgot how to coach. It's that the whole thing in Cincinnati with Zach at the top allows this kind of play and this kind of attitude that, it's all right. Got a great offense, got great weapons, paid him a bunch of money. It sucks that they're letting all of this go to waste.
Flacco, my Cracko.
Flacco, my Cracko.
With the bum AC Slater joint in his shoulder.
The Albert Clifford wasn't feeling good.
Goes out there, throws for 470 yards.
470.
Old man Rivers out there taking advantage of a Bears secondary that I think was playing a Girl Scout back there at some point. She was selling cookies back in the secondary. Flacco, my Cracko's out there. You get yourself an onside kick. You never get those.
Is that the ABC
in the
cookies
NFL?
Or the little brownie baker cookies?
How stupid was that Bears guy, too?
Oh, my God.
First of all, no one with the number 92 should ever be on the hands team. Also, don't turn around and let the ball hit your leg, you stupid moron. It didn't even go 10 yards.
It was so bad. The end of that game, the scenarios that had to play out just to get it there.
The pass to Mike Lookinland. What the hell is the name? The tight end?
Colston Loveland.
Him, too.
I laughed.
Where he's almost surprised. He's like, oh, no one's going to tackle me? Okay, you ran into each other. Boop, 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 boop.
I laughed.
You have to
out
laugh,
loud.
because if you don't laugh as a Bengal fan, you're going to cry and you're going to die.
There's no way anyone can believe that they're going to win a Super Bowl with this regime, right?
Oh,
how could you possibly? Because you have Joe Burrow.
Who cares?
I know. That's
you
what
could
I'm
have
saying.
Jesus Christ. And
Jesus
not win.
Christo couldn't do this. You have a transcendent quarterback, but he keeps getting hurt. You've paid all the money in the world to these unbelievable wide receiver talents, but I don't know how anyone, if you still do have the positivity, which, by the way, I know I said last year how the Commanders season went great and everything. I'm off of that. They'll never win a Super Bowl again, okay? I'm done. I'm back to being a downtrodden fan that never believes they're going to see their team in the big one in the championship. Washington will never get it done. Dan Quinn and his giant, thick neck. It's not the answer. It's not the answer for them.
All right, bad news for Michigan. Details coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a bit of a slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street, and you're looking at a couple-minute holdup if you're on southbound 315 between 670 and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers Union, they're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. Their skilled laborers pave the way for smoother commutes, ensuring safe and efficient travel on Ohio roads and highways. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Wendy's new Snickerdoodle Cookie Frosty Fusion is the perfect holiday gift. With rich Frosty and chunks of Snickerdoodle cookies, it's the one thing on everyone's list. Not mine, though. I don't need anything. Definitely don't get me a Snickerdoodle Frosty that comes in vanilla or chocolate. How would you even get it to me anyways? I mean, no, I'm totally good. Please get me one. I want one so bad. For the frosty gift everyone's asking for, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
While we know Central Ohio has the best football team, did you know we have the best credit union too? It's easy to fall for CME, Ohio's #1 credit union. Recognized nationally and statewide by Forbes and rooted right here in Central Ohio. CME Federal Credit Union. Bank with the best. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Visit cmefcu.org.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Columbus State's engineering technology programs prepare you for a career in Columbus's fastest growing fields. Our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive community. Apply at cscc.edu/engineering tech.
All month long at Twin Peaks, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Jameson Whiskey and Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at progressive.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny skies, bit of it breezy out there on this Monday. Temperatures running in the mid to upper 50s. Overnight, we'll drop back down under mainly clear skies to the mid 30s by Tuesday morning. Light winds, some sunshine, temperatures back near 60 on Tuesday afternoon. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
There's a greater than 0% chance Common Man gets fired before this show is over. You're listening to Man and Timmy.
5 words nobody wants to hear. You need a new roof, but now is the time of the season to do it before winter gets here. You want to make sure that house is tip-top and that everything inside of it is protected. Go with my guys at Victor's Home Solutions if you're looking. They got so many 5-star ratings, and they've got the highest customer service and high-quality craftsmanship that you are going to find. They can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. The way you get started with this, you get the inspection. It's a 21-point roof inspection. It is thorough. It's going to assess the exact condition of your roof. They'll get all up in that attic, make sure that they'll do the ventilation properly.
All up in the attic.
All up in that
My
attic.
God.
866-VICTORS is their number, or you can go online to victors.com. And since nobody wants to pay high interest rates, right now, Victors is offering 5 years no interest with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. Victors.com. I saw this, Mike. The Buckeye baseball program can now boast the reigning Gold Glove winner. That's pretty cool. Former catcher Dylan Dingler of the Detroit Tigers.
Well, good for Dingler.
Just got that honor. I think for a baseball program that's in that stage right now, I would be posting that everywhere I can.
Things are looking up for Bob Todd and the baseball program down there at Brohio Douchebag Field.
You said that you're going to put down
Take Nick
a
Swisher
big payment
out of everything over there.
I saw a photo they had tweeted out, like they have some type of baseball room over there. I don't know if you saw this on the Instagram or
Twitter.
They
have a baseball room.
Like a baseball lounge.
Yeah.
That's what I should be looking for. And on the wall, they had Swisher's jersey there. And I don't know if that's Justin Hare's like office area or what it was, but they have Swish's jersey up there. So I'm thinking, Mike, that's probably not going to happen what you had requested.
I'm just saying, you take it down, I become your number one booster. I write you a big fat check.
Here's
Samantha doesn't need to go to college.
You're going to give them that much, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
How much do they need? That's what I want to know. How much do they need?
How much are big
to start
time
producing at an SEC baseball program level?
I actually don't know the answer to this.
Many millions,
What is the going rate for baseball NIL?
Like for a roster, for a 1-year roster? Is that what you're asking?
Well, a roster that can compete for a Big Ten championship, yeah.
Why not
what do you
just
think the going rate is?
$1.5 million, $2 I would think. I'm not just wanting to compete for a Big Ten championship. I would like to, if you're going to have a baseball program, I would like to think that you will eventually make a College World Series.
Timmy, let's put one foot in front of the other and just make our conference tournament again. Can we do that?
It just seems like the expectation is so low when you say it that way.
Of course
I'm thinking
it
ahead.
is because they're trash. Anyway, some Michigan news. Star running back Justice Haynes is going to be having surgery on a bum foot. They say it's unclear whether he'll be available to play against Ohio State on November 29th. This season, 850 yards for him, 10 touchdowns, 121 carries. He got hurt during the Purdue game this past weekend. He was using a scooter to keep the weight off of the foot while he was on the sideline on Saturday.
Big.
But that's
big.
They have, Jordan Marshall there, and he's done a fine job. He rushed for 185 yards this past week, and they've sort of been 1A and 1B over there. But if you take a guy like Justice off of that Michigan team, I mean, that's a pretty big matzo ball hanging out there, isn't it, Timmy?
Essentially, I know the running games aren't really similar, but if you took Bo Jackson off of Ohio State's roster,
you should have
the rest
stopped
of the
there.
season,
the running games are not similar. The end, Timmy.
Michigan runs the ball a lot more than they will throw it, but that's not a good thing for their passing game either.
Well, fine. If you had the running back consistency that Michigan has and you put it on this Ohio State team, we'd be polishing off a trophy right now.
Well, look.
No need to even discuss.
Ohio State has had running back consistency through its years.
I understand that, but I'm talking about this year.
They've had a lot of seasons where they have been much better at rushing the football than Michigan has, and that has also been when Michigan couldn't pass worth an S. Like Ohio State has done both.
Ohio State.
Right.
Then they pass the S.
When you play Ohio State, you do
Not
everything just enough.
Not this
just
year.
Right.
Patricia's going to take his pencil, shove it right up Sharon Moore's rectamuni.
I sure hope so, because Bryce Underwood, he's not putting together enough consistent performances to make you feel good about this going late into the season. If you're a Michigan fan, barely had 140 yards against Purdue. Michigan State, he barely threw for 90 yards. No.
Just saving them up. Load management. How you doing, Ted?
Yeah. You know what I think they should do? When Buckeyes head up to Ann Arbor at the end of the month, they should prove to them that they're the better running team. And forget the passing. Well, the Buckeyes go up there, get physical,
I know,
and just run the ball.
I know what you're trying to do, Teddy.
I know.
No, I don't like it.
I think it'll work this time.
They're done. They're off that. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If they lose that game, it's going to be because Julian Sayin threw the ball 75 times. And you just beat yourself by throwing picks and all that. There's no way they're going up there and running the football and trying to play smash mouth football with Michigan.
How many 0 or 1 yard runs will it take? Because we know they're obviously going to call run plays. That you have to. It's a football game. How many will it take to just get out of that? To just stop doing it?
Well, you'll have little like looky-loo runs because you have to. But if they really need yards, they're not going to do it.
I hope so.
They'll throw on 3rd and 2.
I hope so. I mean, throw it on 1st and 10 too.
Well, throw it
on
all
1st and
the
10.
time.
And throw it on 3rd and 1 and do whatever you got to do.
All right, more football from yesterday. Vikings with a big win in Detroit. I did not see that coming. J.J. McCarthy makes his return, and he didn't have like gaudy numbers or anything, but he made some throws and some big runs when he had to. In other news where I don't understand anything, the Panthers, who are 5-4, went to Green Bay and beat the Packers. And I don't know what to make of it. Actually, I do. I do know what to make of the Panthers. They are the worst 5-4 team I've ever seen. Bryce Young is a big pile of trash. I have no idea how they're in the position that they are, yet they are staring at a playoff spot right in the face.
And how do you explain that? Explain it if you're Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love or the Green Bay Packers.
You don't.
It's those uniforms.
It's the second game now. You tied against a team you should never tie against.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You lost to the Browns.
Right.
And now you've lost to the Carolina Panthers.
Disgusting. Other than that, you've been fantastic.
Other than that, great. Go win the Super Bowl.
You get bad teams, though, and you drop your guard, and that's not acceptable either because you're going to take away your chance to possibly get that coveted first-round bye, which we know there's only one of now with the expanded playoff. But take those garbage uniforms. Why are you trying to fake the leather helmet look with a real modern helmet? Wear the leather football helmets if you want to be real men.
How about this?
Just do
How about
that.
you got the regular helmets, and then we have the guys wearing the Guardian caps, but wear leather Guardian caps. There's your answer.
That would look so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see those ever again. Oh, and by the way, the uniform matchup that Joe Biden just showed up.
Oh, by the way, hey! Oh!
Uniforms. You know, Washington Redskins. Offensive name. Great uniforms.
Well, those two things can be the same. That's right.
They shouldn't have ever gone away from the color scheme.
I
you
understand.
had to take away the nickname. I get it. But the Seahawks and those Jim Zorn unis, those Steve Largents that they were wearing, and the old Redskins unis. Oh, baby.
The Washington uniforms, fantastic. The Seahawks uniforms, the John Kitnas, just fantastic.
So you go with the Kitnas,
well,
huh?
whatever you want to go with.
I went with the Zorny.
All right, the Rick Myers, whatever.
The Rick Myers.
The Ricky Waters, whatever you want to do. Just fantastic. I love that Seahawks look, always did. You had the Giants go with the script giant on the helmet.
Beautiful.
This weekend.
Yeah.
I love that. But to me, the biggest offenders, and we didn't see it this weekend, we saw it the weekend before. How do the Denver Broncos have access to those uniforms?
I don't know.
The Steve Atwaters, or whatever the hell we're calling them.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Mecklenburgs. How do you not wear those every single week? That is a tragedy.
Denver's yours, huh? Denver's your favorite?
It is so... When you see it.
Oh, it's just
and you know what's the other one, too? You know, and they're never going to change back to it because they've had success. They've won Super Bowls. But the Eagles with the Kelly Green.
Absolutely.
I'd wear the Kelly Green all the time.
See, Seattle's it for me, the ones we saw last night. For a team that I'm not a fan of, what brings out the most nostalgia and makes me go, ooh, I'm happy to just be watching. I'm happy to just stare at my screen and just have clown music going on in my head.
Just pummel your team.
Yeah, give it to me. Yeah. In those uniforms, you can do it. But
by the way, Jaden Daniels dead. Jaden Daniels dislocated his elbow.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be dead.
I got to see it live. I was at a couple fantasy implications. I'm still
Why are you
watching.
still watching that crap?
God wanted me to see it.
Turn that
He
crap
said,
off.
This is what I have in store for you, young lad. Watch this. You're going to have RG3 all over again.
Ryan Day picks up a couple commits. Details coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Watch for some slowdown due to an accident that's at the intersection of Olentangy River Road and Lane Avenue. And you're looking at a couple-minute holdup if you're on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Westerville Division of Police. The Westerville Division of Police is seeking individuals dedicated to serving, protecting, and strengthening the community. WPD offers an award-winning training academy, tuition reimbursement, generous pay, benefits, and more. To apply, visit westerville.org/join-WPD. I'm Nicole on 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the levels that are just right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
If you have to army crawl into your garage because the door only opens partway, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For over 30 years, we fixed awful garage doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Make your list, check it twice, and shop smart this holiday season. Open a Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union and add some jingle to your wallet with $150 cash back after your first $1,500 spent within 90 days. Apply at Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Offer ends 12/31/25.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
One has pizza sauce for blood. The other is Rachel Maddow. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. We got a little bit of a shorter show today. We're out of here in an hour. 5:30 is when the show ends because tonight, regular season premiere. of Buckeye basketball. Buckeye basketball against IU Indy. Catch all the action right here on the Fan. We have Foodgasm coming up at 4:46. The season finale of Jason's Beef with Jayson Stark at 5 o'clock. Normally that's 5:30, but today, 5 o'clock. He is very, very sad that it's our final visit of the year.
We're sad too, but at least, and Jayson Stark watches so much baseball. He's got baseballs coming out of his eyeballs. I'd really love to know, even in the immediate aftermath, where he stacks this World Series against all the ones that he can remember.
Well, I'm no Jayson Stark. I'm not in the Hall of Fame, and I'm not a geezer. But I will tell you that it's right up there with me, if not the best. Top 5, for sure. I'm trying to think what would be better.
I had a lot of fun watching the Kansas City-San Francisco World Series. Again, not my favorite team growing up, but got to watch a lot of Royals baseball in my years being at KU. And that was a really, really exciting series for a team that, not a lot of people thought that they could get into a position where they were spending enough money on the roster, and they weren't. They weren't spending a ton of money. They just happened to get that right group of guys before they went on to some bigger contracts and make a run. And the fact that they got mowed down by Madison Bumgarner, what did he pitch? The last 4 innings of Game 7? As good as that guy was in baseball over a 5-year period, it was a sensational performance. Of course.
Yamamoto.
0 days rest.
Is great in Game 6.
Yeah.
And then he turns around. He's available in the pen. Look, the Dodgers are not a feel-good story. Obviously, they've spent oodles of money on this roster, but there's a lot of teams that go out and they spend money. There's a lot of teams out there that are the haves. The Yankees, the Mets, the Padres have tried to be that team.
Yeah.
The Red Sox, right? It's hard. I don't care how much money you have in your payroll. It's hard to go out in back-to-back years and win titles. The Dodgers managed to do that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You still have to do the work. And the Blue Jays were just playing so well, and it felt like that those were the two teams
you're 3
that were
games
supposed to be
going home for 2 games.
Absolutely. But it felt like those are the 2 teams that were supposed to be in the World Series. And the Blue Jays had the fight of their lives against the Seattle Mariners just to get there. And Seattle had an unbelievable team. And they're the ones that had Cal Raleigh that did something that a catcher has never done in the history of baseball. He was that good from a hitting perspective and from how he was just demolishing baseballs and sending them out of the park left and right. He had 60 home runs as a catcher. The Blue Jays, without Bo Bichette in their lineup, did all that, got him back for the World Series, provided an unbelievable moment. We're texting each other with what he could do for the rest of his days in Toronto with that homer that he sent
hit
out.
That 3-run home run.
Oh, God.
With the assumption that they win that game. Which
they outlast.
They didn't.
Yeah.
But, just think about that. With one swing of the bat, you make yourself an absolute legend.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not just in Toronto, but in the entire damn country. Those people have nothing to root for.
Sure. They
walk into Medicine Hat. They roll out the red carpet.
You go over to Nova Scotia.
Oh, my, look.
You could take over Jody Shelley Day if you want to.
No, let's not get crazy now.
No, but they were that close to a situation where it would have been the Blue Jays, the one and only baseball team from Canada, would have had 2 world championships more recently than any NHL team. It was the same year, I believe.
They would have had 3.
3.
They won 2.
Oh, you had the Toronto Raptors.
Well, not even counting that.
What I was saying.
The Blue Jays won 2 World Series back in the early 90s. They won 2, not just 1.
No. But this would have been the second one that's more recent than their last NHL Stanley Cup champ. That's what I was saying. Because I think it was the Canadiens that won.
Oh, the Canadiens. I was just thinking about the Leafs.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Forget about the Leafs. I think it was the same year that the Jays won their last World Series in '93. So it would have been in June. They had the Stanley Cup
the
winner.
Leafs. You go back to the 60s. What is it, 1967?
Oh, yeah, not the Leafs. Just the country. But you think about all the NHL teams they have in Canada, they've been on such a drought. The Blue Jays were that close from getting their second World Series championship.
Yeah, hell with them. Hell with them.
It was a great series.
Canada. What did I tease for? Oh, Ryan Day got some commits. So it was a big recruiting weekend for Ohio State. Good atmosphere with the air quotes blackout over at Ohio Stadium. They got 4-star offensive lineman Kellen Weimer. He's committed, class of 2027, 6'5", 265. He is from Liberty Center, Ohio. 4-star guy, number 10 interior lineman prospect in the 2027 class, and 2027 3-star in-state offensive lineman Mason Wilt. He is from St. Clairsville, 6'5", 295. Just 3-star guy right now.
It's okay.
But obviously they saw enough in him to offer him, and he has accepted. So big, meaty dudes committing to Ohio State.
Yeah, big 6'4", 6'5", almost 300-pounders, and they're not even up until 2027, so they got another year of development as high school athletes to even beef up, bulk up, and find out where Ohio State, what they have planned for them, whether they're going to be on the outside or the inside. Weimer and Wilt, it's more of just making sure that you put that wall up around Ohio. And when you look at what their new offensive line coach has done right from the get-go, want to see these guys in this 2025 team, obviously, get a little bit better as run blockers, and we're still talking about that until we see this run game pop. But from a recruiting standpoint, he came right in and started to get into the hearts and minds of anybody that was on their board. So it's two more good things to see adding to that 2027 class.
I haven't heard something in a while. It's in my head. This has nothing to do with anything we've been talking about, but I found myself chuckling this morning thinking about John Sterling, former Yankees radio announcer. He's now retired, getting hit by a foul ball. Say, oh, common man, you get your jollies by making fun of the elderly? Yes, I do. Sometimes I do when they put themselves in harm's way. Here it is, John Sterling calling a Yankee game, getting hit with a ball.
And Holmes at the belt. And now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
Where did it hit him? Arm?
I don't know.
Elbow?
He's all right.
Ow.
It's not like he died.
Ow.
He's fine.
I love that we get the audible ows in the call there.
Here's Sterling after he was hit.
And Holmes ready to deal. A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. You know, that foul ball actually hit me. It kind of glanced off my forehead. So I took one for the team.
Okay, John. My star of the game is Kyle Higashioka, who wants to know if you're all right. Are you okay, John?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I am okay. Just a glancing blow.
Just a glancing blow.
It sounds like a parody. It does. That's the actual broadcast.
Hey, John, are you actually okay?
John.
I'm fine.
Just a glancing blow of my forehead.
Isn't a glancing blow a Costanza line?
It is?
I think it is.
What was the context?
I don't remember.
Okay, thanks, Timmy.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Foodgasm. I tried something new at the McDonald's. Did I talk about this last week already? I don't think I did.
I think you talked about it with me, but you didn't bring this to the show. So
I tried something new, and I will dazzle you with it. Coming up next. Did you see Rhyme Time today, too, by the way?
You're asking me this now?
Yeah.
You're like literally doing the tease.
I know,
to
but
go
I can't. Speaking of things I can't get out of my head.
Are you talking about Rhyme Time
If you go to the fan Twitter account, Reimer put up a college basketball is back.
It's a video,
right?
And so it's got a still image.
The thumbnail, the still image that we have before you click play, the look on Reimer's face
eyes
is
closed.
If he exploded in his pants.
It's eyes closed, mouth open.
It was totally unintentional, but it captured the essence of Rhyme Time on a day like today when college basketball makes its return. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Traffic is moving a little slow if you're on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 71. You're also looking at a slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 33. This report is sponsored by Ohio Secretary of State. Ohio's election is November 4th, and you have 3 convenient ways to vote: early in-person voting, absentee voting, and voting on Election Day. Find everything you need at voteohio.gov. That's voteohio.gov. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. The thing I like about sports is that it prepares you for life, especially team sports. Surrounding yourself with the right people, letting them do their job makes you better. Riverside Bank doesn't have a ton of people, but their people have a ton of experience and know how to get the job done. They're all about quality over quantity. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or even online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest reasons people get new windows, Wilson, is that old windows make for an uncomfortable house with crazy high roller coaster energy bills.
Leslie, people love being uncomfortable on roller coasters. The ups, the downs, the gurgling in your stomach because you had 5 corn dogs before getting on.
Did that happen to you, Wilson?
What? No.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
All month long at Twin Peaks, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
My advisor at Plant Moran Wealth Management knows my definition of wealthy: restoring classic cars. You tinker under the hood, put the keys in the ignition, and then the moment of truth. There's nothing like it.
You have your own personal definition of wealthy.
Plant Moran Wealth Management knows it takes a personal approach to get you there. Experience the difference with Plant Moran Wealth Management. Book a consultation today.
It's Reaction Monday, where our highly trained experts talk football.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Your home for reaction and overreaction, The Fan.
If the authorities looked at their Instagram accounts, they'd be arrested immediately.
Daddy, what are you doing?
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Timmy, Jags kicker Cam Little.
Oh, man.
Set an NFL record with a 68-yard field goal against the Raiders as time was expiring in the first half yesterday. He made a 70-yarder in the preseason, but again, it's the preseason, doesn't count. So 68 yards for Cam Little.
Well, we knew that he had it in his leg, didn't we? Because of the 70-yarder that you just referenced. And I know you've already said your piece about what needs to happen.
Narrow
with
those
field goal
goalposts,
kicking,
baby.
Something's got to happen to make this a little bit more exciting right now. The data that had come pouring in about 50-plus yard field goals and how easily kickers are nailing these things. And
Isn't it over 70-something%?
Yeah.
On 50-plus?
That was a couple of weeks ago last time we checked the data.
Now it's
over
107%.
Oh, and they're making more than they're even attempting. They're just uncanny.
What did I tease? Oh, it's Foodgasm time. That's right. We haven't talked about some food today. Hit it.
Man and Timmy present
Oh, yeah.
Foodgasm.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
I'm going to tell you what I made this weekend, because the best part of my weekend was not watching Ohio State beat Penn State. It was not watching the Crew attack and dominate last night. It was the Detroit-style pizza that I made from scratch on Saturday. I tried a little bit of different flour blend in my dough.
Nice. Good for you.
More with a 00 is what I went with this time. My God. Light, airy, yet satisfying and hearty. Made my own sauce, which I don't like to cook my sauce before you put it on the pizza. I just use the canned tomatoes and I zhuzh it up.
You zhuzh it up?
Oh, I got a good blend of seasonings and spices. And if you watch my basement show, you'll know what I mean by this. I do put some anchovies in there, and it makes the whole thing. It melts down, and you can't even taste them. I made some homemade hot Italian sausage, and you put it on there raw in little clumps. You don't cook your sausage and slice it up like those stupid Jersey people do. You don't do any of that. Cook the sausage on raw. You fry that dough in olive oil. Bakes at such a hot temperature. We're going 500 degrees on the bottom rack with a metal baking sheet underneath.
What is this, like a solid, like a nice stainless steel pan? Is that what you have
it's
for the
Lloyd's,
Detroit-style pan?
Lloyd's pan.
Lloyd's,
good brand. Bad barbecue.
You got
good brand
I can
for
never
pans.
get the damn cellophane. You got that plastic.
No.
You know, it's like the butter tub that they serve that in.
A nice
country
dark
crock
carbon steel. Ooh, really gets a good crust on that pizza.
What kind of time commitment from start to finish to do this Detroit-style pizza? We're talking several hours to knead the dough and all that good stuff?
Well, the machine's doing most of the work, and you have to let it prove. But I started the dough at 2. I was eating at 6.
Started the dough at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Eating at 6.
And that's not all hands-on.
No.
You're probably hands-on for half an hour.
You're waiting.
Yeah,
for a lot
so
of
you're
stuff
sitting
to do
around,
its
you're watching the game.
Oh,
you're watching
man.
football while that dough gets happy. Delicious.
How thick we talking? Like inch and a half?
That's too much.
That's too thick?
That's too much.
Inch?
Yeah, about an inch.
About an inch?
On the thickness, and it's so crispy on the bottom. It has a fluff when you bite it. Mm-hmm. It has a lightness, but it's so crispy on the bottom. Oh, I wish I could just share it with all of you jabrones.
Is it even more succulent than you had hoped?
So the pizza I made was delicious. I went to McDonald's. They have the Buffalo Ranch chicken options out now. You can get a snack wrap with the Buffalo Ranch chicken. You can get a dipping sauce with the nuggets or the strips. You can also get one of their gourmet sandwiches. I prefer the McChicken, but they have the McCrispies as well. You can do that with the Buffalo Ranch. Very delicious. I mean, how do you screw up a Buffalo Ranch?
You can't.
You don't. So if you like that flavor profile, and I do, I recommend stopping by the McDonald's and getting some chicken with the Buffalo Ranch.
A buffalo chicken wrap. Forget about just McDonald's, but just think about any like nice neighborhood cafe that you've been to a million times. Has been one of the safest and yummiest lunch options for decades.
I love
in this
a wrap
country.
sandwich.
No, just specifically the buffalo chicken wrap. And you know, you might throw a couple of ingredients, might be interchangeable depending on where you go. You might have some like sliced carrots in there. The lettuce could be presented differently. It could be leafy.
Carrots.
It could be diced. It could be shredded lettuce.
What the hell are you putting sliced carrots in
I don't
there
know.
for?
I'm talking about like some of the veggies that you would put in a buffalo chicken wrap.
Sliced carrots.
You put tomato, diced tomato.
Lunatic.
What are you talking about?
Get out of here with your carrots.
I'm not saying that you have to have it. Then forget about the carrots.
If anything, you do a celery because you have celery when you eat wings.
Chopped up celery. You also have carrot sticks when you're dipping in ranch. You've never seen that before? You go to a wing place, you get the veggies, you get celery and carrot sticks.
I don't
or
get
one
the
or the
carrot
other.
sticks. I get the celery.
Well, you should. You don't eat a raw carrot?
No, I don't like the carrot.
You're blind as a bat. No wonder. Eat your damn carrots.
Harry Carey with his Coke bottle glasses is going to criticize my vision over here.
You would have eaten your carrots. You wouldn't be going blind. I had a delicious Saturday night dinner. Sarah and I, we took a little drive out to Cuco's.
Oh, fine Mexican food, Cuco's. You know who's a big fan of the Cuco's?
I do.
Who turned me on to the Cuco's?
Same guy.
Mr. Brandon Beam.
Well, I'll be damned. Wouldn't you know, as we get out of our car, hear some people chatting behind us. It's dark and everything. We're heading towards the front entrance, and I just hear a voice out there say, "Oh, look, it's the Halls." Turn around and say, "Who's that? Who's that? Is Bill Shakespeare over there?" Nope, it's Brandon Beam.
Oh, that's nice.
Brandon Beam,
Did you put
Meredith.
the tables together, make an 8?
No, they were done. They were finished. They were heading back out to the car. They had their little boy, Willie, there, cute as can be. He's at that age in there where you get down and you like ask Willie a question. Willie, did you have a nice dinner? He looks at you and says, "Airplane up there." And I'm like, yeah, that's a great plane right there.
It's a good age.
Oh, it's a fantastic age.
What'd you have?
I had a little variety of tacos. So you want my honest recommendation, you're going to look at that taco list when you get to Cuco's. They're all worth it. And some of the other Mexican joints around town, I think, should take notice too. Bring your price down a little bit, or at least if you're going to charge $5 and $6 for one taco, make them more than 2-bite tacos, please. The Puffy Taco, great name.
Ooh, Puffy Taco.
They've got
the pride of San Antonio.
It's the size of a plate. The Puffy Taco, that's $3.99 there. And you get the lettuce, cheese, pico, deep fried flour tortilla, which is what's special about that.
Puffy.
But the amount of shredded, marinated pork, it's the tinga. The pork tinga.
Tinga.
It was delicious. I had one of the fried fish tacos to go along with that. And then the Vulcan, which is the steak, cheese, the chili torado, the pico, and the lettuce.
Mind if I ask how much that set you back?
That was like $10.
What a
like $10 for the
deal that
tacos.
is. What a deal.
And a Coke, a fountain Coke, is better in the red frosted plastic cup in your local Mexican food establishment.
Why is it only the Mexican
than anywhere
restaurants that
else.
have the red plastic cups?
I don't know, but there's something spectacular about it.
I'm hungry now.
Delicious.
Fish taco.
Puffy taco.
Ooh, puffy.
Good.
What'd your wife have?
No puffy taco. She had the fajitas.
Hey, Dr. Barry here for Cuco's. The season finale of Jason's Beef with Jayson Stark coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 5-minute delay if you're on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And there's a couple-minute holdup on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East and West split. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers Union. They're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. From iconic bridges spanning rivers to underground tunnels, they build connections that stand the test of time. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Chronic pain can feel like it's never going to end. But at QC Kinetics here in Columbus, there is a new treatment providing rapid relief. It's called stem wave therapy.
It has fundamentally changed the way I look at cases after 30 years in practice. So when we talk about regenerative medicine, we're talking about these types of devices.
Dr. Tony DeCesaro, one of the nation's authorities on stem wave therapy.
So basically, it's a healing machine. They cause the body to help to heal by increasing blood flow.
This is more than treatment. It's hope.
So this device being a healing device, when I talk to my patients about it, I tell them it's diagnostic and therapeutic. We're going to find out today if it's right for you.
Right now, you can try your first treatment for just $49 and see if StemWave is the right option for you. Only $49, with many patients reporting relief within the next day.
It's about giving hope.
QC Kinetics. Harness the power of StemWave and get relief now. Call for your consultation here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
At Giant Eagle, we're helping bring the holiday magic home. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. Because nothing beats free. From October 16th to November 6th, spend $350 and earn a free turkey on your next visit. Redeem through November 30th. Giant Eagle. Because it matters. Must scan My Perks loyalty card to earn and redeem. Restrictions apply. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
Away game this week, but that just means you can make the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus your home for Saturday football. Join the fan for the tailgate show and then party with us with the ultimate watch party. We have football contests with amazing prizes. There's wall-to-wall screens, ticket and memorabilia giveaways, and unbeatable game day food. Can't wait to see you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Saturday. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
With business banking, Tell Ohio Credit Union takes it personally. It's why they are the #1 SBA lender among Ohio credit unions. You are a member, not a number. That's the Tell Ohio difference. Visit tellohio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Tell Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCAA.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates, attorneys who care.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. Welcome back, college basketball. The Ohio State men's basketball team gets their season started tonight hosting the Jaguars of IU Indy. Tip-off from the Shot is at 6:30, and coverage begins here on the Fan at 5:30. The top-ranked Ohio State football team has a game time for their November 15th matchup with UCLA. It'll be a primetime 7:30 kickoff in the Shoe. The Buckeyes will visit Purdue this Saturday. Week 9 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. Kickoff is at 8:15, and the Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has announced he's passing play calling duties over to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees ahead of Sunday's matchup with the New York Jets. This update sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Awaken 180 wants to thank Columbus by offering $500 off every new program now through Thanksgiving. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
He's a man who's in every Hall of Fame in the known universe. He's a man who travels thousands of miles to see celestial bodies. He's a man who enjoys a good tomato pie. And he's a man who regrets a few life choices every Monday at 5:30. It's Jason's Beef with Jayson Stark.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on train systems, including 0% APR for 60 months.
You know, it's our final visit of the season with our guy, the Hall of Famer, Jayson Stark, on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I am genuinely sad as you click your heels right now that you don't have to talk to us anymore.
You try to drag me into this every year this time, but I'm not clicking my heels. I'll miss you guys. It's really one of the highlights of my week, and I do mean that sincerely.
Is the gun to your head right now?
I do mean that sincerely.
You're getting choked up right now, just trying to get the words out.
I am, exactly.
We just came off of, I believe, one of the greatest World Series of all time. And I know that, you know, people was, recency bias. I don't know what to tell you. That Game 7, I said this to Timmy before. If you're a person who doesn't really like baseball and you sit them down and watch that and they come out of it and they say, well, I got nothing out of that, then there's no game ever that could ever get you interested in the game of baseball, because to me, that was a master class of what a World Series Game 7 should be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, Game 7 in baseball is not like any Game 7 in any other sport because of the stuff that happens. It's just stuff happens that is crazy. It's just so far outside the box. I mean, think of the Dodgers, right, pitching their entire rotation in that game. Everybody pitched for the Dodgers except Sandy Koufax. And the Blue Jays pitched everybody in their rotation except Kevin Gausman. And that doesn't happen in the other games. Here's another one I've been thinking about. What is the basketball equivalent of Miguel Rojas hitting the game-tying home run in the ninth inning of that game? Like no 12th man's coming off the bench in the NBA, you know, and they draw up a three-pointer for him. he nails one at the buzzer. That just doesn't happen.
Maybe like a big shot Bob. Robert Horry, somebody like that, possibly, with Rojas.
Yeah, I know. Robert Horry was a streak-shooting kind of guy, though. Every once in a while, those games would happen. All right, maybe it's some special teams guy in the NFL comes off the bench and throws a 75-yard touchdown pass to tie up the Super Bowl in the last minute. There's just no equivalent of that. Miguel Rojas hadn't started a game for 3 weeks before Game 6. 3 weeks.
Well, it's the throw, too, right? I mean, there's so many. You know, a Game 7 is great when it gives you this many just sort of reactive water cooler talking points, right, Jason? I mean, it's the throw with bases juiced. It's Pajes with the catch on a deep gapper. I can't even remember. Was it Clement that hit that one? Because Clement was a stud. He had 30 hits in the postseason. Barger was amazing. There were just so many things you can't even wrap your mind around it for a Game 7.
Exactly. So we had a game-tying homer in the 9th inning by Miguel Rojas. We had a go-ahead homer in the 11th inning by Will Smith. And so neither of those things had ever happened in any Game 7, and then they both happened in this game. And then think about some of the stuff you just talked about happened in between. 2 runners thrown out at the plate. The catch by Andy Pajes just blitzing through Kike Hernandez, left him for dead on the track.
He pretended to be dead.
Right? He might be. The Dodgers load the bases in the 10th. Yamamoto comes out of the bullpen. All this happens in between that stuff you just described.
Jason's beef with Jayson Stark here on The Fan. Let's go back to that bottom of the 9th and that bases-loaded throw, off-balance throw from second base to home plate. Did you think like I did? I actually said out loud to my wife, I said, we're going to have a walk-off replay game 7. I mean, as crazy as that would have been, that I think may have been even too crazy for me.
You don't want, you want to get the calls right, but you don't want a game like that to end that way. And I honestly, when I saw it live, I honestly thought the throw was late. I didn't think that Will Smith had his foot on the plate. I thought that this is going to get overturned. And so they did get the call right. He was out. We probably, without replay, I don't know what happens there, but that's the one thing that I worry about with replay is ending a game like that way, ending a World Series like that way. It's just like my nightmare about the robot umps is you think you just won the World Series, except somebody's tapping their head, and we're going to review that pitch that was a 100th of an inch outside, and well, what do you know? It's a ball. It's not a strike. You didn't win the World Series. But I do want to get the calls right, so I guess I'm conflicted.
We talked about ABS earlier in the show and how just in watching so much of the postseason, I didn't really have as much of a problem as I thought I would with some of the missed balls and strikes and how that's still coming either way. And yeah, we've seen it in the minors and we've seen it play out. So that's on the way. But Jason, if you had any kind of final thought just about the 2025 season, whether it was teams that made a run in the postseason, things that happened, what would that be?
It was a really fun baseball season, capped by one of the best postseasons of all time. It isn't quite what you asked, but I've really been reflecting on greatest World Series that I've seen with my eyes, and I think this was it. 2016 Cubs and Indians, because of everything that was riding on those two teams, the plot lines definitely give that series extra credit. 2001, just because of the stuff that happened in Yankee Stadium, 3 nights in a row, George Bush throwing out the first pitch, and then the Luis Gonzalez hit off the greatest closer of all time to win the game. 2011, because Game 6 was so great and Game 7 was so memorable. But I think this actually is the answer. I know it's not quite what you asked me, but what do you guys think? Do you think we can put this
on the short
list? And yes, and I'm not the type of guy who normally says, oh, that thing that I just saw is the greatest thing that I just saw. But upon reflection, what's going to beat that? The only thing I was thinking of, you're right, 2016 with then Indians and Cubs because of, somebody had to win that, and maybe 2001 with the Yankees and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I agree.
And especially with the emotion that the country was feeling at that time, and you actually had people rooting for the Yankees, as crazy as that was, and you had some fantastic finishes in the Bronx. You had the walk-off in Game 7 with Luis Gonzalez. You had all that energy and momentum, but series for series, if we're really stacking it up, you also had a couple blowouts in that series too.
Game 6 was terrible.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So I think
every game of this series was
competitive and right there.
Great, at least memorable. Game 1 wasn't close, quote unquote, but we had a pinch hit grand slam, which had never happened in the World Series ever. We had the 2 extra inning games. We had walk-off homer, like the craziest walk-off double play that you'll ever see. I was in the airport yesterday, and all the Dodgers people were there, and somebody said, how could you not have noticed this? There's never been a double play in the history of the World Series which ended the game with the winning run on base, and then it happened in this World Series 2 games in a row, Game 6 and Game 7. It was that good.
Jayson, it's been a pleasure all season long. We will bother you again soon, but enjoy your off season, and please give our best to the family.
Mike, thank you. And I didn't get this out well the first time, but I do love talking to you guys. It's so much fun. I look forward to it. My wife here is just laughing, and she doesn't know what's happening, but we know.
Thanks,
so
Jayson.
Check in anytime, okay?
Thank you, my friend. Jason's beef with Jayson Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jayson is just as genuine as he sounds. He is a good guy.
Very, very cool guy.
Back page coming up. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Watch for some holdup due to an accident that's on Alum Creek Drive near Port Road. And you're looking at a 5-minute holdup on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lessig. Ohio Laborers would like to congratulate Member of the Week, Mark Whiteman. Labor's local number 1216 Mansfield. Mark is an 11-year journeyman working with Kokosing. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
Prepare your home for fall with Logan Services. Heating service calls are just $79. Furnace tune-ups are also only $79. And plumbing service calls are now just $79. Scheduling online is quick and easy. So visit our website now to book your appointment. A system for every home and budget with fast, friendly service from Logan Services.
Hey, it's D. Miller. Guys, you know you feel it. Something's off. It's not just signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. It could be low testosterone draining all the things that make you you. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. They use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase your level that is just right for you. They are one of the only providers that accept most major insurance. They make it affordable and easy for you to start and stay on treatment. Synergenics and Low T Center have clinics conveniently located around town. You could be treated in the clinic or receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a simple and quick free test at the center. With on-site labs, you'll get your results in about 20 minutes. For a limited time, visit any Synergenics or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation and a free T-test and automatically enter for a chance to win either autographed sports memorabilia or even a pair of tickets to a major sporting event in town. Book your appointment now at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and Penn Cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
There's nothing like fall in the Midwest. Shop Meijer and enjoy every moment of the season with great deals on fall family favorites, like crisp and flavorful bulk Honeycrisp apples for just $1.49 per pound. Buy one, get one 50% off fresh from Meijer boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and select varieties of Purple Cow ice cream or frozen yogurt for $2.99. Saving money and getting everything you need in a single stop. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
If the big garage door guys are claiming you need a new flub sprocket and a backup just to be safe, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For over 30 years, a trusted Columbus staple. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Morning Juice. Real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said. And that's how she wrote.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10 TV Plus. Attack and dominate.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
November is an ideal month to plant trees in Ohio because the soil is still warm, which reduces the transplant stress. Plus, trees require less water in November than in the heat of the summer, allowing roots to grow in the cooler temperatures. When planting trees, keep these tips in mind. Select trees that are zone hardy for where you plan to plant. Avoid planting trees that produce slip hazards like fruits and nuts close to sidewalks. And don't plant large trees near or under utility lines. To learn more about the November tree planting, contact an ISA certified arborist near you by going to trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at progressive.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny but windy and dry on this Monday. Temperatures running in the mid to upper 50s. Overnight down to the mid 30s with clear skies and light winds. Starting off your Tuesday dry and ending that way with a couple of clouds and lighter winds and seasonal temperatures near 60 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
I've got about a million baseball things still running through my head off of our last conversation with Jayson Stark. That was so great all season. And would this surprise you or not surprise you? Because I'm looking at a ranking of not just the Game 7s, okay? It's ranking all of the World Series that went 7 games.
Okay.
So it's not simply just looking at, what was the best Game 7. There's been 41 of them. Surprising to you? That many that have gone the distance in history. It's a lot to me. When are you going back to the mid 1800s or so?
You're not actually with the World Series.
Late 1800s.
You're going back to 1900. Is that the first?
Is that
World
when the
Series?
first one was? I'm seeing some in here that are early 1900s that are listed here, like 1912 Red Sox over Giants. I don't have that knowledge off the top of my head.
I think it was 1900 or 1901, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about 125 years of World Series baseball for the most part. And you're telling me how many?
41. Dave Matthews
That does
Band.
sound like a big number.
Yeah, right? That's a lot. And some of the ones that maybe we hadn't thought of, this one in particular, where the Game 6 was much more memorable, but an underrated Game 7, Teddy, Big Red Machine, 1975.
A lot of people say that 75 was the best series they ever saw.
I mean, you've got one of just the more famous plays in baseball history, especially when you talk about visually speaking. I can think of Kirk Gibson doing his fist pump while he's rounding the bases, and I think of Carlton Fisk yelling at the baseball to stay fair.
1903 was the first year for the World Series.
There you go. Okay.
1903.
So I do then. Yeah, I do contend that 41 is a lot of Game 7s. Also, 91 Twins over the Braves, I think, was one that we didn't mention, where Jack Morris threw 10 shutout innings, and he outdueled none other than the guy that was calling the World Series. And I think Smoltz does a fantastic job.
A lot of people think he's too dry, and I can understand for a person who doesn't watch a lot of baseball, maybe they come in, they want a little bit more pizzazz. But I think John Smoltz does a very good job.
I think his voice and his cadence.
I think Joe Davis is a good job,
I do too.
You know, I was leery about him when Joe Buck moved on, because Joe Buck had been doing big-time baseball at Fox for over 20 years. But I think Joe Davis does a really good job. I do.
I thought that I was going to be missing Buck, as you were saying there. I know Joe Buck had a lot of haters in his day. I was not one of them. I never really understood why. I thought Joe was sort of he has like a sweet spot where he can maybe say some things or make a call in a certain way to rile some people up. But I think he's, for the most part, one of the best that we've ever had in American sports history.
He's one of the best, and he still is.
For big games.
Because he doesn't make himself a part of the moment. Mm-hmm. With the exception of, and he'd be the first to tell you it was the wrong thing to do, the Randy Moss fake mooning of the crowd in Green Bay, right?
Yep.
Where what a disgusting act, whatever he said.
Just despicable.
But 99.9% of the time, he lets the moment speak for itself.
Yeah.
Another guy who used to do that was Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
Pat Summerall would call the action, and then he would not talk over it. Usually the next voice that you heard was John Madden, and he, too, understood, even though he was a guy with his catchphrases and his booms and his all his crap, right? They didn't let themselves become part of the moment. They let the big moment speak for itself.
Well, and I was a couple years into it as a kid watching, that team call current football, that I finally started listening to what my dad was telling me, that Pat Summerall was also a famous football player.
He was a kicker.
And you didn't really see ex-ball players get that lead play-by-play role. It's actually something that was maybe more done back in the day than broadcasting now. It's just sort of, you played, you're going to go into the color commentary role. I kind of like that.
I'm trying to think of guys.
I like seeing the unicorn. Hawk Harrelson would be one your guy.
Was player turned play-by-play guy. Buck Martinez, speaking of the Jays. Buck Martinez, former player, former manager of the Jays. He was their play-by-play guy for a long time.
What about the late great who just passed away from the Brewers?
Bob Uecker. He wasn't a very good player.
But he was a player.
But he was out there.
He was he was floating.
We got a short show today. We're out at 5:30 because we have Buckeye basketball tonight. Regular season action starts. Buckeyes and IU Indy, the school formerly known as IUPUI. That coverage is coming up at 5:30. Back page.
The back page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
There have been some points made about the AP Top 25. We didn't really get into this today. One in particular, a case that I think we could explore, is how the Tennessee Volunteers
are still there,
get to hang in at number 23.
Whatever, man.
And the other case that I thought of that is kind of similar, because they're giving Tennessee credit for their losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they hung with some highly ranked teams and had some close losses. They have not beaten a team that is currently above 500.
That's okay.
What about Illinois? Illinois is 6-3. Illinois is 6-3. They have a nice solid win over USC. And also, when you take a look at some of Illinois' losses, they lost to the number one team in the country that everybody said so, Ohio State. They went on the road and lost to a top 25 Washington team.
Lost to Indiana.
Epically, yeah. So are they hammering them for that performance? Possibly so. But it goes back to it's not about so much your losses. When are you going to look at who have you actually beaten for that sort of thing? Also, Washington did finally crack the polls. Finally, without even playing a game.
I know.
So they go in there at number 24. And this to me was the kicker. We joke a lot about the ESPN FPI. Oh, the good old football power index, right? How about the fact that Penn State is ranked in it at number 22?
Ranked what?
Penn
22?
State is ranked at number 22 in ESPN's FPI, which people say, why don't we just have the computers do it, right? Why don't we just have the data and the computers do it? I don't want to. If it's going to put Big Ten winless Penn State in some kind of national top 25 because they might have a good roster and they were ranked as the preseason number 2, so they had all those. They came in with all that fanfare. They haven't beaten anybody. They're not good.
A conference game.
They haven't beaten a Power 5 opponent, a Power 4 opponent all year. They're not a good team. So that's what it comes down to with Penn State. Also saw this going back to baseball because you like to get a little bit goofy after you win the World Series. You're popping champagne, you're having some beers, you're enjoying some suds. Kike Hernandez.
Oh, Kike.
This is what Kike was talking about, was doing about. So, they win back-to-back World Series, and Kike, he had the catch in Game 6. We were talking with Jason about how the final 2 games ended on double plays, right? He had the catch and the throwback that started their celebration to force a Game 7. He was chatting it up with Sportsnet LA reporter David, I don't know how to say it, Vassegh, 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 and he just flat out told him in the middle of the interview, love your nipples, man. Just love them.
Look, these guys
don't really have the context for that, but
these guys cover the team.
He loves them.
They're with the team every single day.
Oh, yeah.
They become friends or friendly or at least acquaintances, and I'm sure they have inside jokes. Also, you're interviewing a guy on live television when he's admittedly drunk.
He's so drunk.
He's drunk.
How do you get drunk that fast?
Oh,
doesn't it need some time to get into your system and cook a little bit?
Well, I don't know about him specifically, but I do know that back in 2005, when the other team from Chicago won the World Series, the White Sox, Mark Burley admitted he came in to close out game 3.
He said he was buzzed
because it was extra innings and he wasn't scheduled to pitch that day. And he was drinking in the bullpen the entire game.
Drinking in the bullpen?
He was drinking in the bullpen, and he came in to close out that game, and he said he was a little loopy.
You're drinking during a game where you might have to pitch in when it's all hands on deck. Burley might have a little bit of problem right there. Hernandez spent the interview wearing the pitching helmet that he used during his mound appearances this season. That's funny because positional players sometimes have to do that. He probably throws it a nice 60 miles an hour down the middle. He downplayed his contributions to the title run. He told the reporter that I just brought a pencil to the group project, but I got an A. Here we are, back-to-back champs, David. And I love those nipples.
Kershaw got his moment in the clubhouse, too.
Goes away.
He calls it quits, and he didn't really have anything to do here in the postseason, but
an illustrious
he's
career.
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Right?
One of the great starting pitchers baseball's ever seen.
All right, Buckeye basketball coming up next against IU Indy. We're back tomorrow, 3 in the P. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. And we've got a couple-minute holdup on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and Hague Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio's Secretary of State. Ohio's election is November 4th, and you have 3 convenient ways to vote: early in-person voting, absentee voting, and voting on Election Day. Find everything you need at voteohio.gov. That's voteohio.gov. I'm Nicole for 97.